Right, we're recording. So, well, I know on the team call yesterday, if you were on the team call, I covered like 6 months plan, like where are you, where do you want to be? But that was kind of more generic for everybody in our team. And obviously, there are people in our team who aren't kind of even building yet, or their strategy isn't to build to diamond. It's just that they want to get boot campers or even just build their volume. And this was a call that I was actually on a diamond mastermind with Arnaud, the global corporate director, last week, and he covered some stuff that like really like made me sit up, and I was like, oh, this is really uncomfortable, but it's the stuff that we know is super super important. And as I said on the team call, if you weren't there, like we have the tendency to do this when something's going wrong, like la la la, it's not a problem, it's not, nothing's going wrong, I've got everything sorted. And the thing is that if we do that, and we're all guilty of it, if we don't confront and come up against our biggest weakness, we can never really build and propel ourselves and really be like the slight edge. So really be that like rock star diamond coach that you want to be, or multiple star diamond coach. So this was what Arnaud covered, and I just thought it was so amazing, and it's so crucial for you guys building to diamond and beyond. Who have you got in your business right now who is going to build out with you? And I know like a lot of you guys are, you're new, you've got quite new coaches. Have you got anyone that you can build out with? And if the answer is no, and you have these big goals, then my question to you is, do you need to adjust your strategy in terms of what you're going to go for each month, in terms of the number of coaches you're aiming to enroll, or in fact boot campers, if you've not got anyone that you can say as a runner? Because whether it be that you want to build to multiple star diamond in order to get an income potential, I know that's like SJ's goal, or whether it's just that you want to be moving through these diamond ranks, you're not going to move through them if you haven't got those people, and you won't move through them if you haven't got that momentum in your business and you haven't got a strategy in place to consistently recruit either boot campers or coaches. And I am going to like give you guys some tough love. I know it's just you guys on the call, but just as a recording as well, because what's worked for me, and I'll be perfectly honest, is that whatever I want to achieve, I almost double it, because I know for a fact that no matter who I'm bringing into the business, at least 50% aren't going to do anything as coaches in general. Now I know like SJ is like, she wants to bring on these coaches who do want to build, and I think for the most part that's what she's doing. But even that being said, we have to be really careful, because with all the best intents and purposes in the world, somebody can enroll with us and they can say, yeah, I really want this, I'm going to run, I'm going to make this my full-time thing. I've had coaches do that. Sweet nothing. They do nothing. Okay. And that is, are you being really honest with yourself if that's happening to you, and saying, do you know what, if I don't course correct and do something big here to change what's going on, it's not going to change, and you're not going to build out your business, and you won't build that income that you want. And that's the real fact of the matter. And I wouldn't be doing my job as like your upline and your coach if I wasn't telling you that, because it can be quite easy in this business, I think, to be like, yay, I've got like X number of new coaches this month. And it's like, but what does that mean for your business? Are they actually helping you build out your business? Are they actually business builders? Or is it just, yay, I got 2 Success Club points? Because that again is not, it's not going to build out your business. Like, I regularly hit, my push goal is always Success Club 40, and I'm always going for 30. And it's not because I'm just into the numbers. These are people, obviously they're people, but we need to remember that we're going to be able to rely on some of those people, and we're not going to be able to rely on a lot of them. And so with that being said, when you're resetting or setting your diamond dates and your star diamond dates, if you're setting yourself star diamond dates, you need to ramp up your recruiting big time. And that might be that you have to do a promoted post every week, or it might be that you need to up your invites. Like, I'm not saying to any of you guys, you have to do this or you have to do that. Like, we've found that with, Brittany, for example, she did a free group. I've never done that. And that's worked really well for her, like, albeit they're discount coaches, but they may well turn into coaches that want to build with her in time. Find a strategy that works, but also remember where you need to focus and double down. So if you're doing something now that's working and you're happy with it, great. But my outside looking in from the situation in terms of what I know your guys' goals are, I honestly don't think there are areas where you're doubling down enough to achieve those goals. And I know that because I know where I've doubled down to, I'm 3-star diamond and I want to be 5-star by now. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to say like, oh, I know I've got my builders. I know I've got them. And, we have to have moving targets, but we do need to be really honest with ourselves. If we continue to do what we're doing, where are we going to end up? Are we going to end up hitting our goal, or are we going to end up just never ever getting there, getting demoralized as a result? Where is it in your business that needs work? And I know personally for me, like when Arno said this, I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm going to commit to 30 invites every day. I wanted to do 60 and I was like, do you know what? It's just not realistic for me. I do tons of follow-ups because of the pipeline I'm creating with my with my promoted posts. And so therefore, like, I do focus a lot on the follow-ups because my genuine belief is that the fortune is in the follow-up, as we've seen a lot for some of the guys this week. I think Donna and Roller Coach, it was from February, and so did I this past week. So just be realistic with what time you've got. And again, it's no use going, right, okay, I know where I need to double down. I'm going to double down on this. And then you don't have the time in your day, or you don't make the compromise or the sacrifice where you need to make it in order to achieve and do that key task. I listened to Melanie Mitro's podcast yesterday about the mornings, and it inspired me to do my live today. It also inspired me to do my post yesterday. And she was saying, like, I'm going to give you the name of the book because it is a book I haven't yet read. And I was like, well, if she's saying this is better than Miracle Mornings, then I'm going to trust on that. So it's called The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. And she basically said, like, if you want to make major inroads in your business, you are going to have to commit to getting up earlier. If you know that you're a person that gets distracted come the afternoon, you need to get those key tasks done in the morning. And I know I'm guilty of that. Like, if I hit like late in the afternoon, like now I haven't done those of my invites, I'm going to finish this call and I'm not going to be in the right headspace to my invites. I'm going to do them still. But have a real honest gut check. Like, are you better in the morning? Can you be super productive if you can get your ass out of bed? Because if you can, don't then say, I'm not hitting my goals, I don't know why. Like, you have the power to change that. Every single one of us can do it. Every single one of us can do it. But we have to be really honest with ourselves at where we need to make those changes. So like for me, like I've been honestly getting out of bed at like 5:35, and I'm like, my momentum in my business isn't as good as it was. Okay, so now I'm committing to getting up at 5:10, and it doesn't have to be like a major adjustment, but just be really honest with yourself. If you're not achieving those things, what is it in your business that you need to do? Like, is it that you need to get up earlier? Are you setting your intentions for the day? Have you got your vision super clear? Because guys, if you don't have a super clear vision of how your life is going to look with the goals that you are setting, if you're not looking at that vision every day and you don't know how that looks down to the last detail, and honestly, like I've even had to readjust and reevaluate my vision board because what I wanted to do in terms of where I wanted to move is actually not going to happen because we're probably going to move up north, which means that I had a cloudy vision because I said to Guy, I was like, I'm finding this really hard because we're going to move, and so we're not going to live in this place, and that's making it hard to push for my goals because my vision isn't clear. And when you start to get a cloudy vision, you haven't got a super crystal clear vision, again, you ain't going to hit those goals, because when the going gets tough, which it does, you need to be like, there is no way I'm compromising on this because this means X and this means Y and this is where I'm going to live and this is where. So make sure you're readdressing your vision board. I know most of us, like some of us are newer to the business, but we started January with doing vision boards. I look at that vision board every day without fail. And, you know, if your mindset is something that you're like, do you know what, for the next 6 months, I'm always saying it's hard, or I'm always saying that I'm having a tough time. If you're that person, you need to do more personal development. You need to meditate. You need to get on your A game with your mindset, because I'm a strong believer that we can conquer and tackle those issues. And I know like a lot of us have anxiety and depression and stress in our lives. I've had a vast amount of it, but I can tell you that I am able to cope with that stuff because the past couple of weeks, as I know you guys knew, like 2 weeks ago, I was really struggling. And I was like, do you know what? I can feel my anxiety creeping in, and I am the only person that can take control of it. It's no use me talking to Guy or whatever. I have to take care of it, and I have to look after me, for everybody else, for my team. And so I started to meditate every morning. And that honestly has been why I've started skyrocketing again in terms of helping women, like feeling on my A game. I'm doing that first thing in the morning, every morning without fail. I'm committing to it. So be really honest with where you are and where you will know if you sit down and do a gut check on where the past 6 months has gone, where you've fallen down. Okay. And if you're not sure, I can try to help you guys. I mean, obviously, you guys know better than I do on anything that you're doing where your weak spots are, better than I ever will. But if you have a weak spot, you need to address it and you need to take your own responsibility instead of, and I do it too, like, la la la, it's going to go away. It's not going to go away. Like, if you want to be like a 5-star diamond coach or a 10-star diamond coach, what would they be doing right now to say, right, this is where the last 6 months have gone. This is what I've like. I've even put on a, I've got a graph of my income and where I want to be. And like, so I'm tracking where my business is strong and weak so that when it comes year by year, I can see where the weak months are. And actually June is typically a tricky month, apparently, which is really interesting because I remember last June being super tough. So for me, like, June has been tough, and I think probably for a lot of us it has. This launch of Morning Meltdown is going to pull your business, but sit down, work out where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, and where you've got a weakness, work out how you're going to address it. And if you're not hitting those numbers, work out what it is you're going to do to really sort that out. And with the coaches that you do have you got coaches that you need to bless and release? And this was something that Arno said, and I was like, oh, have you got people that are saying they want to do this business, but they're not running with you, or they're not running aligned with where your vision is, or, you know, they're saying one thing, but they're not following through with the actions. And he said, it is time to take control of your business and work out, are they running with you or not? And if they're not, then bless and release. It's a business at the end of the day. And I think that's the thing, like, you know, as the leader of the team, I'll be perfectly honest, it can be super hard because we all get on well, but remember, it's a business. This is our business. This is a 6 or 7 figure business. So yes, we've got time for, you know, being friends, and I've met some great friends through this, but don't ever compromise your business because you've got sidetracked by a whole issue that's going on, that really isn't to do with your business. And that's tough love for you guys, but these are businesses. And if we want them to succeed, we need to be really conscious of where our time is being spent on things that aren't business producing activities. And this was something else that Arno covered. And he said that a lot of the people at the top in Beachbody are looking outside of social media because Instagram's been glitchy, as we know. Like, are there events that we can go to? I'm talking to Kelly actually, and actually Lisa, I should talk to you about it, but my sister-in-law is going to a wellness event up north, which has got like an adults area and a child's area, and you can take stands, and I may well go with Kelly and do that, and just like getting myself out there. I'm also thinking about going to, I think Brittany even said this, like women's networking events, women in business, to talk about what we're doing and just really like push yourself out of your comfort zone. I know a lot of it is social media, but work out where you're missing opportunities. Like, are you talking to people in your immediate circle? Are you, you know, if you're working, are you talking to those people who could actually probably really benefit from what you have to offer, but perhaps you've been a little bit like, okay, well, I can do it all from social media. And I know, like, I'm the first person to say I'm guilty of that. And there's something that I've learned just talking about Morning Meltdown. Like, my PT client's like, can I do that program? I haven't even asked her about it. My sister-in-law is like, Izzy, can I do that program? But can you not tell the family? My sister's going to do it. My brother's going to do it. My husband, who's vastly overweight, is going to do it. You know, and these are all people I would never have asked. My other sister-in-law is going to do it. I never would have asked. But I was like, do you know what? Stuff it. I'm just going to throw it out there. And they're all wanting to jump in. And I'm like, well, geez, like there's my weak spot. I haven't even asked people that have been right under my nose because I'm too afraid of what they'll think. And I've sent them the visuals for Morning Meltdown, which I've shared in the team page. And they're like, yeah, I want to do this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it's all in my head that they don't support me and they don't believe in what I'm doing. And I think a lot of the time we say people aren't supportive, but we don't even know because we're too afraid to talk to them about it. So, and I know like Brittany has been really, like Brittany, like, honestly, I'm just going to say this. I know I'm singing your praises, but she's invited all the people into her free group. And I was like, oh, I just can't do that. But, you know, if we can't do that, are we running a business that we want to shout about? You know, I know that was my weak spot. So yeah, reassess your targets and goals. Work out what you need to be earning financially. Where do you want to be? And don't just set a goal that's realistic. And this was something Arno said. And so I always set push goals. I always have done. Set yourself a push goal, right? Do you want to be like a 5-star diamond by the end of the year? Okay, cool. How about you stretch that goal? Because we are always going to shoot for the moon and land among the stars for the most part. We're almost certainly never going to hit our actual target. So bear that in mind. And if you've got a push goal, it's going to motivate you more, and we can all run together. But I think it is about just checking in on you, your business. Where are you? Where did you want to be? Where aren't you? Why are you disappointed? What could you have done better? What did you do? What did you do well? Because if we sit down and we literally just get, just an A4 sheet of paper, we all know. But if we just keep, and I'm guilty of this too, if we just keep doing the same thing over and over again, and we like, I'm like, geez, it's the end of June. How did that even happen? Like, how did that even happen with 6 months to a year? And I hadn't even noticed. And, if we just keep doing this, we're going to get to the end of the year, we're going to be in the same place. Not the same place, but 6 months will have passed just as fast. So take it as a real opportunity. Get behind the launch of Morning Meltdown big time, because that is going to absolutely propel you, and start really building that excitement in your stories. And if you want to ask me anything about it, definitely do. I'm going to go live in that group that I've created this week to talk about my experience, so that any people that you've got who want to learn about it, who want the free workout, are in there and they can just watch that live video. So it's not really a call to check in on like the goal, like where are you for the success of the month, where did you want to be? Because honestly, I feel like, and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to open you guys up for questions in a second, that this month has disappointed a lot of us. We're all feeling slightly deflated, and we need to take responsibility and just get back on it, because I can't do that for you guys. I can motivate you and I can tell you what you need to do, but I can't get you back on your A game unless you decide you're going to get back on your A game as well. And I'm not saying that I've been on my A game all the way through this month, because I haven't either. But take it as a real opportunity to reflect and work out, like, I know like Alicia's really short on time, but where in your day can you find spots to pour into you? Because this is the thing, and I think this is the biggest thing that I've learned over the past month, is that actually I really have to pour into me, and I feel so much better for pouring into me, and I actually really want to like just shout to the rooftops about what I do. Whereas before, I wasn't taking that time to do the meditation, to really set my morning so that my phone was not picked up by me for the first 45 minutes. Well, it's picked up by me to listen to guided meditation, but not to get on your messages. Absolutely not. You are in control, and to feel in control, you need to not respond to messages until you've done you first thing. I mean, it's up to you, but ultimately that's made a huge difference to me. So I'm going to unmute you all, and please just honestly, any questions, just I keep going to unmute and it doesn't work. Why is that? Alicia, I went to unmute and it doesn't unmute. Okay. Oh, okay. So does anyone have any questions? I know it's like just, yeah, go for it.
Right, this is probably a very strange question, but my weak area is figuring out what my weaknesses are. Okay. I've never actually had to sit and think about what my weaknesses are and what my strengths are, and I'm not arrogant. No, this is arrogant. I refuse to accept I've got any weaknesses. I think that's what it is. So it's difficult for me to look and see where am I not meeting, the goals I've set.
You sit down with a pen and paper and I tell you, you'll find out what your weaknesses are. You just don't.
Just write lists. What do I think I'm good at? What do I think I'm bad at?
Write down what you've done for the past 6 months. What's worked well? What hasn't worked well? What do you think you could improve on? I'm sure you must know what you can improve on. If I sit down and make myself do it, as much as I don't want to do it, I can work out where I need to improve. Yeah. Like if you want me to help you with that, I definitely can. But the thing is, I can't immediately spot people's weaknesses because I'm not in your business. Does that make sense? Yeah. I think one thing that I would say that's super crucial is, and I would say this for everyone, setting your goal and making it a non-negotiable. Like, it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna try, and I'm not gonna hope, and I'm not gonna do my best. It's gonna happen. And I'm saying that because I was always that person until I spoke to Arno in December last year, and I said, I'm gonna try. And he said, Izzy, if you're gonna try, it's not gonna happen. And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, you need to say, I'm gonna do this, and it's happening. And honestly, it scares the living shit out of you, because when you say stuff like that to yourself, you're like, well, fuck, I'm gonna have to put the work in now. And if I try and I'm going to hope and I'm going to do my best, we're letting ourselves off the hook. Because then when we don't achieve the goal, it doesn't matter, because ultimately we were just hoping for it and we were just trying. But if you say, I'm doing it, and it is an absolute non-negotiable, all of the action that happens to achieve that goal will happen, because you're saying it's going to happen and it's not a negotiable. When you start to negotiate on your goals and dreams won't happen. And Arno taught me that. I'll be the first to admit it, but that's the reason why I've been so successful.
This is a really weird addition, Lisa. I don't know if this will help you in any way, shape or form. This is weird. Some of the women who aren't happy with like their labour or how it happened and they can't figure out why, we tell them to keep a journal, and we realise that they write something in a positive light, and when they depict it, it's a negative trait. And that's what went wrong with their labour, and that's why they're unhappy. So maybe you're framing your negative things in a positive way, and you're hearing them as positive things, but when they're on a page, you'll see that they're not helping your business. Maybe.
That could help, actually, yeah, because I do tend to put a positive spin on everything, because I'm just really optimistic, yeah. So,
and that's what happens with some of our mums. They come in and they're like, I don't get it, like, it was what I wanted. And then, like, we actually found out this doctor came in and told her to fuck off. And we're like, well, that's not what you wanted. And then that's how it's all happened.
So that's helpful. Thank you.
Right.
I honestly think if you guys all take even 45 minutes is probably too long. Just sit down. You will work out. It's going to be uncomfortable, and that's probably why. And the thing is, until you sit down, you probably won't recognize it, because it's stuff like, there's the conscious and then there's all the stuff underneath, and you've got to kind of like dig under.
I'm going to do this stuff. Yeah. As soon as we got off the call, I'm going to sit and write my lists.
I started keeping a little journal after yoga, and that's helped me, because I find that I'm like raw from the yoga, and then what I write, I never would have written before that yoga session. No screens, no nothing. I light a couple of candles and I do some yoga by myself and some belly breathing, and then I write stuff and I read that the next day, and I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? And that's where all my subconscious crap is. That's where it is.
And do you know, like Tasha, who is one of my newer coaches who's pushing for Diamond, she's coming to Summit actually. I spoke to her earlier on this week, and she meditates, and she has done as a habit for years. And I am 1,000,000% convinced. She sits in, like, I can't even do this. She sits in silence. And she just, you know, whatever. I don't even know how that would look if I even tried to do it. But anyway, that hence guided meditation. But she's just come in and she just is in the right frame of mind. And I'm absolutely convinced that's why. And I did think that meditation stuff was rubbish. I just think it's like, we have to be willing to try this stuff if we really want this. We have to be willing to try stuff that, like before, I was always that person who's like, no, I'll never do meditation, I'll never do yoga, like, it's not my thing, But if we're going to be like that, then we're not being coachable, and it's not going to open your mind to that stuff. So I might even try sitting in a room cross-legged and see what happens. Brittany, do you want to add anything? You don't, like, no one has to add anything.
Well, I would say that I'm kind of struggling altogether a little bit. I feel like my kind of where you were saying earlier that you're having trouble with your vision because you can't visualize where you're going to be. I'm in a really weird position because my business, I am doing really well in my chiropractic, like in my clinic business, and it is so demanding, and I don't have an exact answer for how these things are going to, I mean, in a perfect world, I'd love to do part-time of both or something, but I don't have an exact idea. So I really struggle with my vision, and it actually stresses me out a lot to try and figure it out. So I just keep kind of.
So with the vision, and this was true for me, like I was doing full-time all classes, and I've gradually brought the coaching into now. I literally just have one PT client, and quite honestly, when I have to go and train her, I get really annoyed because I just want to do the coaching. But that's me. I never put that on a vision board. I never put that on the vision board because that stuff is what's just gonna happen, and it will become clear as you move down the road. So don't worry about putting on a vision board. I think what you need to put on a vision board, and I've got 2 vision boards. I had one for this year and I've amended it, and one for like 5 years time. And it doesn't have to be about where you work or what you do. It's what you want for your life, for your family's life. How does it look? Where do you live? What kind of home do you live in? You know, whatever floats your boat. Like, I'm ex-property, so of course I've got loads of property ideas. You know, is it that you want, I don't know, like I remember there was Catherine Dewey, who was in Danielle de Bernardo's team until last year, and they've got like a big camper. Like, you know, whatever it is, like, is it that, how does your work look? How much does your family do you see? If you get clear on what that vision, like in your wildest dreams, and be obsessed or be average. I know it's like Marmite love or hate book. That book puts fire under my ass. And he always says, like, don't go for shooting for the stars, shoot for the moon. Because and Jim Carrey, apparently, he wrote himself a blank check for $1 million. And he said, like, super inspirational because he went for a goal that he never thought he'd achieve. And this guy who wrote this book says, write down a goal you'll never think you'll achieve, because if you don't do that, then you've cut yourself short of actually achieving it, and it's all possible. And I think it's just opening the lid and saying to yourself, do you know what, open the lid. What does it look like? What does my dream life look like? And I'm not going to feel that that's stupid. I'm going to know that that's realistic. And I did that probably about 6 months ago, beginning of the year. And that is what puts fire on my backside. Do you want to know what puts fire on my backside? It's my vision, because it's massive. So,
so that part I don't struggle with. I think I get caught up trying to figure out, and especially my weakness is totally inviting. I do not invite anywhere close to where I need to, but I also don't have a situation where I can follow that business tracker, the activity tracker, and like, I'm literally putting this into little pieces of my day. So it's really hard. I get lost in like, I am so that person that gets lost in the post. Pardon?
How much time do you have each day to dedicate to the business?
Well, half of it, it's designated to like different purposes, I guess.
Of course.
So I would say I probably do, I for sure do an hour to the business itself every single day, but some of that is follow-ups. Some days is follow-ups with my boot campers. That it's kind of, I don't have something that's really consistent. So obviously, like, that's something that I really need to.
I tell you what you could think about doing, and this was a call that I was on in the Diamond Mastermind group about 6 weeks ago, and there was a coach that went on there, and she built her business very much part-time. And do you know what she does? She focuses on invites one day, follow-ups another day. She bulk does stuff. She bulk posts, and she says that, like, I don't do that because I work this basically, well, not full-time, because I only have the time that Arthur's at preschool, but that could really help you, because
I think so.
The more your brain is trying to dart around, if you've only got 1 to 2 hours a day, it's known that it takes your brain about 5 minutes to bed into that task. And if you've only got that limited period of time, you're not going to be able to get into your groove with the task. So maybe try that. Maybe it's like, Monday, I'm going to do a load of follow-ups. Tuesday, I'm going to do a load of invites. Wednesday, I'm going to build connections. Thursday, I'm going to like and comment. You know, that, just try it. I'm not saying I've tried it, but I know for that coach it worked well. And I think if that's where you're struggling and your brain's going all over the place,
100%. And then I'm not being as productive as I could be. So
I would try that. So just if it was me, I'd pick up the business activity tracker and block it down to tasks that are similar.
Yeah.
Try and break down a week, and then definitely on a Sunday for you. And I know this coach does this. She plans every single one of her posts according to the topic, even down to the picture, so that and you can get like Plan. There's several apps you can use. Again, I don't do that because I like to be. I enjoy writing my posts, and if I was to have to plan them on a Sunday, that would make me happy because I love to write them each day. Like, I'm quite creative, so
Me too. Yeah.
that's something I look forward to. But you've got another job that you also love, whereas this is my one thing now that I love. So I've got to make sure I'm loving it every day. So yeah, maybe try that, and let me know how you get on, because I would love to see that, because I haven't kind of. And then you can share it, hopefully, maybe with the team, because there's so many, like Alicia's the same, like so many of you guys trying to make this work in small pockets of time to build those efficiencies. And I know the groups work well. So
I found it really helpful recently to have a pen and paper, because I work in hospitals, so I've got like my big pockets, to have a pen and paper, and sometimes when we get a break I might go run and put the kettle on, and while the kettle's boiling I go into my Instagram messages, and I go to the bottom one because I like to start with the person who messaged me the longest ago, and I have my pen and paper, I write down their handle and I reply to that message, and then I put invite, follow up, whatever, and when I get home from my 13-hour shift I quickly log on and I just update that on my thing. And the other day I did 32 follow-ups in a shift.
Wow. Right.
Just by doing, because it takes 10 seconds to write their handle down. You can update your pipeline later, and just I'll do 5 follow-ups on the loo on delivery suite. It's just got to happen. You've just got to do it. You've just got to get your phone out, go straight to Instagram and straight to your messages, and you've got to have on your other bare thigh that piece of paper and that handle, and you'll get there.
Totally. Yeah.
Like,
I did something similar.
I'm doing them on the loo the other day. So
Heather's actually said something about that too.
Yeah, and Heather's what, maybe you can brainstorm with Heather. Like,
I know. I think I've been thinking about that for a while.
The thing is that you guys are all in a similar profession. You all are working long hours, and I know you're feeling like really down and out about the situation, but you two are the top performers in our whole team for the whole month, and you work the most.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing is working.
Totally.
But yeah, like yes, it's working, but I know you have big goals and visions. So it is really important to work out, how you're going to get those active working coaches. Was there anything else anyone wanted to ask?
I asked some morning meltdown questions.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, these are probably kind of dumb, but there's a free workout within the group you've created. Yes. And when are we getting access to that?
When are you getting access to the platform?
To the free workout.
Oh no, it's on there. You can go in there now.
Oh, okay. I went in earlier and I couldn't see it, but that's just me. Okay, and we can
to the top. Hold on, let me pin it to the top. But that's in there. And then Morning Meltdown you can purchase from Brittany's gone as well. Oh yeah, she's on her lunch hour. You can purchase that from the 1st, and you get $20 or £20 off as us as coaches. So it's real incentive to get people in as coaches it's the whole FOMO thing. Like, otherwise, if you're a customer, you have to wait to the 15th to purchase of July.
How much is it as a coach?
I think it's $140.
Okay.
100 workouts. That's why, I initially thought, whoa, that's a lot, but then actually it's 100 different workouts. So you think about Lift 4 was 40 quid, but that was only however many different workouts. It was 6 weeks long. So,
but it's 100 videos, isn't it?
Yeah, it's insane. I'm gonna do that program on repeat probably for the next 5 years.
And do you think that one day that will just be part of Beachbody? Because obviously
in October.
Oh, okay, cool.
October.
Okay.
1st of October. It is all in the team page, and that I put it in there, but I know I can't pin everything to the top of the team page, and I've been posting so much about it.
Okay, and you didn't have to be in the pre-group to run a group?
You didn't have to be in the pre-group to run. No, you didn't have to be in the test group to run a group, but to run a group, you need to obviously have money. She's back again. Yeah. So just catch up on that. I put the whole.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of your morning meditation?
Oh, Abraham Hicks Abundance Meditation. And ever since then, people have been banging down my door to enroll. I'm like, there is something going on with the universe. And that
Abraham Hicks
15-minute financial abundance meditation. It rocks my world. And actually, I was listening to it back in like October, November when I really started to do well as well. So I do think this is great, as I said on the team call yesterday, but you've got to get in your, I'm like so not that kind of astrological person, but I do think you have to get in tune with yourself and the universe. I totally believe in it now. I've seen it.
On YouTube or Audible or?
YouTube.
Okay. And then just one question about a girl I have. She's in Minnesota.
Hopefully this is going to help everyone.
And she, she was part of a Beachbody team 2.5 years ago, and all they did was push products, and so she stopped doing it. And then me and her were talking, and she was like, I don't really understand because you're all over Instagram and stuff, and like they said that we should never do social media and that we should just contact people we know to sell products. So I was like, okay, well, that's not what we do. So I explained what we do. She loved that. But in terms of signing her up, she has the P90 disc, and she bought Pio she bought that as just one workout. So does she now need to go in and like cancel her whatever the hell she has going on and then re-sign up with me?
Can she not enroll without purchase?
But she's only bought one of the workouts. It's not like she has the Beachbody on demand.
I think she's an active coach. She's got to sit out for 6 months. But you need to check if she's an active coach.
She's not an active coach. She hasn't bought Shakeology in over a year.
Has she got a coach account?
I don't think so. She literally just bought Pio. She didn't even buy the...
Okay, well then you should be able to, you just need to send her an enrollment and see what happens, basically. Like, other than that, I don't know, because I've never had someone, DVDs are quite old school. Like, I came across Beachbody because I bought the Insanity DVDs from an infomercial. So I was that girl that was like, do the infomercial in the States, and then Guy and I did Insanity. Well, Guy tried to do Insanity.
So if she is an active coach, she has to sit out for 6 months, and if not, I can enroll her as a coach. Cool. Yeah. Right. That's my questions. I'm done.
Whatever conversations you're having and whatever you're doing, Anisha, is working really well. Like, I know you've had coaches come and bounce and cancel. It's super frustrating, but you're clearly really competent at building connections and getting people to enroll. So we just need to work out why they're bouncing.
Yeah, I've found, since I've done that call beforehand, she stayed, but I remember I enrolled Jordine or whatever her name was ages ago, and she had a call before she enrolled, and she like literally, I haven't heard from her.
Some will bounce. I've had a lot bounce this month, and I think this sounds like, I think you have good promotions and you have bad promotions. I'll have like a good batch where I'll get great, amazing coaches like Heather, and then I'll have another batch where I get a load of young girls who, whatever they think it is, they enroll and then they just bounce. And it's going to happen when we're promoting.
I don't feel like when I'm promoting posts, like who my posts are attracting it's not who I am looking for at all. Like, I don't know.
You set your audience.
I do, totally. It's just, I'm getting just people who, I don't know what it is. I don't know what they think they're signing up for. Like, I think they think that I just want them to be like a posing artist on, I don't know. It's just, I'm really not getting, I don't know if it's something that I'm doing in my follow-ups through the emails, but I feel like they're fairly straightforward. I do follow up all with email, and I go back and forth.
Follow up on Instagram.
On Insta.
I always follow up on Instagram. Email, I get nothing from email.
Oh, okay. I wonder why.
But you might be getting replies on emails, but I generally get
nothing. Very rarely. So you're sending your video, the sneak peek and everything through Insta?
I'm not sending the video. I've set up a group, which is the videos that Claire and I did when we were in San Diego, but it's a new group because it's not so big. So let me add you to that now to start with. That's a group that I'm adding people to because it's smaller. Like, the other group just got too big, and I was like, it's too much. So I'm inviting to that now, and I'm doing the old thing, which is I'm just sending them the link to my Facebook so that I get them in Facebook as well as on Instagram.
Okay.
I decided that I didn't like the fact that I felt like I had zero control and zero ability to contact these people, because you get Instagram that's glitchy, then you can't send them a message, and then you go to email them and they don't reply, and it's like,
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of that. I don't know. So
I would advise going back to the, like, obviously, like, the number of people enrolling was less from the email, but you would lose contacts by just doing the email and not getting them to add me on Facebook. Like, we're losing a lot of contacts, and obviously those people who don't initially enroll, it's not a really good indication of whether or not that promotions work, because of course a lot of people don't initially enroll, but they do eventually. But if we don't have the means to follow up with them, then we're losing, like, it's not a good investment of money to not have them on Facebook as well. It is my conclusion based on what I've been doing. So I would, yeah. Yeah. The other thing I was going to say, and I'm just going to add really quickly to Brittany, and I did this in my last promotion. I added chiropractor.
Right.
So I have people to add like chiropractor or similar professions to yours, because that's
more professions. Oh, okay.
Like caliber. Like, I was thinking, if you guys are in the medical profession, you should be putting doctors, like whatever association of whatever it is in the States. That's what you want to be targeting, because that's your goal for you, because you're a professional in the medical profession. You're going to get those high caliber candidates, which is amazing. That would be where, well, you might not, but that would be where I'd be tweaking it, and that's where I'm starting to tweak it, because I'm seeing that you know, a lot of the ladies that come through the medical profession are really capable and actually really love it, because they want to help people, because that's what they do. So maybe try that. But it is trial and error, and that's the thing. There's no cut and dry, like, right or wrong answer, and that's definitely. Lisa, sorry.
No, you're all right. No, it's actually quite a random question. Do you send in your email the link to your Facebook page, your personal Facebook page, so that you can then add them to the coach sneak peek? Right. Do you know what? I didn't even think to do that. I've always just put at the bottom, you know, if you want further information, you'll need to add me on Facebook.
Me too.
That seems really simple. The amount of people I get that say, I'm sorry, there's a lot of Lisa Freemans, and I'm saying, yeah, that it's Lisa Freeman was McMahon. I read the bloody email, but you can't be like that. I just go, oh, don't worry, there's only one of me. So yeah, I'm going to do that now.
Definitely.
Izzy, I've just sent you, my coach has got back to me about what she is, and she's just sent me that message. I'm just my data is a pile of crap, so it's sending.
Hold on, here we go.
Read it out, come on.
Oh no, I'm logged into my Team Beachbody account. I can't find anything on cancelling the account altogether or on removing coach and having no coach. I'm not currently signed up as a coach, just a free member customer. Perfect, boom. All you need to do is send her enroll without purchase coach, but she needs Shakeology to be active. So get her on Shakeology or the performance line. So Recover and Energize will get her active, or 2 packets of beach bars will get her active.
So hang on, she won't have to pay for that.
She will have to pay for product to go active. If she enrolled with the challenge pack, which I doubt she did, she wouldn't have to pay the coach fee, but I think she'll have to pay the coach fee. So
what's enroll without purchase?
It's not going to be enroll without purchase now, I'm thinking out loud, because she's going to need
It's just a full-on call. Yeah, thanks.
What should happen is, if you get the email that is associated to her Beachbody account, when you put it all in, it will say this person's already a bod member, and then you just go and add Shakeology onto the coach, and that's it, or whatever it is she wants. You don't need to add you don't need to add Beachbody on. Although, does she have Beachbody on demand?
No, that's what I'm saying.
No,
so
she needs to add the whole pack. Sorry, yeah.
So she'll just have the annual pack with the 3 month of Shake, and that will be that.
Yeah.
Cool.
That should be it. Cool. Well, those are really easy ones. Like, Heather was a customer of another coach team, and she didn't like her coach team. So they tend to be quite good because they've done the programs before.
She's loving her one at the moment, but she's finding that she had such a traumatic, crappy, cringy experience with her previous team, pushing products down people's throats, that she just didn't want to come back to it.
So Liz Dowse's team, she's like, I just want my team to do volume. And so her strategy is to get her team to all just sell loads of product, which obviously I want members of my team who aren't doing anything and seeing zero success to sell product as opposed to getting nothing, because it's going to make them feel like crap if they're not selling anything. But she's like, I now have a board in my team page where we don't do Success Club points. We do how many products have you sold? And I was like, oh, I'm not doing that with my team. That is not how I'm building this team. This is a team of leaders. I do not want them to tell me how many tubs of energizers they've sold.
And it's a team of helping people and life coaching.
I'm quitting tomorrow, do you know what I mean? And that's why when people say to me, oh, what is it? What product do you sell? I'm like, goodbye. But yeah, cool. Is there anything else that anyone wants to ask or is unclear on, or Morning Meltdown, or?
I need to do some background info on Morning Meltdown. I haven't watched all your videos and I don't understand it fully. So I need to do some background info.
I've shared the link in the page, but really quickly whilst you're here, because you missed it when I was talking earlier, we get as coaches between the 1st and the 15th for early access to 10 free workouts. And then we get access to the entire program from the 31st of July. Customers can purchase from the 15th of July, but any new coach who enrolls between the 1st and the 15th is going to get $20 or £20 off Morning Meltdown. So that's your motivation to get your coaches in. And do go to the team page, because I've shared incredible call to action visuals that were shared in the test group. And they're amazing. They should build excitement. It's 100 days. It doesn't have to be 100 days straight. It's 100 workouts. And that, I think, is something that we just need to make sure we're telling people, because I think the thing that puts them off is that they get really
100 days straight.
That it's 100 days straight, and it doesn't have to be. The other thing I will say is that the visuals that I, again, have taken out of that test group that explain the program, they're like purple and pink. You guys might have seen them.
They're amazing.
They are amazing, and people love them. And albeit a lot of them are my warm market, I've sent them to like my friends and family, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. This looks amazing. Even my cousin's doing it.
Are you having to get them to pay the £160 to be a coach and then the £140 to do the program?
No, the program, I think they can just enroll with the program from the 1st to 14th at $140. But that would just be Morning Meltdown. I need to look into the ins and outs, but quite frankly, even if that's the situation, these guys are sold on the fact it's Morning Meltdown, it's Shakeology, it's $140. In fact, I think my cousin is going to do Ultimate Portion Fix as well, because those visuals explain the nutrition. So
you don't, oh, sorry.
Go on.
So you don't get the Beachbody On Demand though, it's just Morning Meltdown?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it because I'm not worried, because the people I've been speaking to who are going to enroll specifically for Morning Meltdown are all good with the $140 for Morning Meltdown. So I can only assume that it is just Morning Meltdown and not all of Beachbody On Demand.
So it will become like a new thing in our share carts.
I just don't know. In fact, I should probably ask Thomas. But the way that you're going to protect yourself from me not having that clarity on that knowledge yet is just to talk about people about Morning Meltdown. Like for me, if I was going to buy it and someone was like, it's Morning Meltdown, it's 100 workouts, it's your Shakeology, it's $140, I'd sign up.
Oh, it's Shakeology as well. Okay.
Yeah. And if you use those visuals that have been created, it is a great opportunity to upsell, because that last visual explains all the nutrition. And I am a strong believer that with this program, you need Energize and Recover. Strong believer of that. I don't think I'd be so excited about every workout if I wasn't having it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, are we good? But yeah, please do that, setting your goal. Like what we'll do next week is just run through those goals. And do like run them by me if you want to say like, is this realistic or not? Like, even you, Brittany, if you want to run them by me, that's fine. Because I do think it's so important now to set your goal for 6 months, and it's a non-negotiable. It's going to happen. Because the moment you make it a negotiable, that's when you'll just never get there. So it's exciting. Thanks for making it, peeps.
Thanks,
and Elisa, I messaged you about speaking tomorrow, so
yeah, that's fine, no worries. I am on a 13-hour shift tomorrow, so it will have to be in the evening.
That's cool. Thanks for making it, guys, and I will send this recording to the others.
Thanks, Lizzie. Bye, everybody.
Bye.